Hey, welcome back, everybody. I hope everyone's doing all right. Just making sure you guys can hear me. My levels are okay. Yep. A lot of comments. Okay. A lot of turmoil going on with Bitcoin. First, the Segwit 2x hard fork canceled, and now it is Bitcoin Cash's turn to kind of rally here. So it'll definitely be interesting to see what's going on. But yep, sounds good. Thank you. Appreciate it. Roger Ver talked up BitCash up. So I think one of the strongest reasons why BitCash really excelled in like the recent days is there's no longer an option for bigger block sizes, right? So what Segwit 2x was trying to do was increase or double the current block size, which is 2. And whether you like Segwit or not, that's out of the question. It was all about block sizes, bigger block sizes, and the bigger block sizes you have, you can cram more transactions in. And now that you can't cram more transactions in to Bitcoin, where it was supposed to double in block size, or not everyone, but people who are enthusiastic about bigger block sizes are now in the favor of Bitcoin Cash. So let's go check out these charts. And actually, first, I wanted to take you to this website, which is bitinfocharts.com. So we're just going to be looking at, okay, I don't know how to work this website too well, but I had it working earlier. Let's look at charts. That's what I wanted to see. Okay. Actually, we're just going to do this. BitInfo charts, hash rate. Perfect. Okay, that's exactly what I wanted. I did not want that. Okay, and then we're going to compare it with BCH, and we're going to look at the last 3 months. What's really going on? There's no real indication where there's a flippening happening. So the flippening, when you should be scared is when the hash rate is when the Bitcoin Cash's hash rate is a little bit more powerful, or a lot more powerful. When I mean powerful, I mean more computations, more hashes per second, per day than Bitcoin. And right now, other than that little seriously, I want to say like it was a day or two blip going on in late August. Nothing's really happening. Actually, it's relatively low. I really wouldn't be too pumped for concern here that Bitcoin is going to be going anywhere time soon. But if Bitcoin Cash were to do anything, or the flippening were to proceed, I just want to make it clear that only one chain will survive. There's not room in this industry for 2 chains to flourish. And I really think this is just a small little blip that's happening. And we're going to check out the charts and see if the charts really back that up, just see what's going on. So let's read your comments for now. Let's get down to it. Top 5 coins for future profits. That'll actually be a future video of ours. Actually, Sam's going to do that video, I think, within the next week. Look at the volume on CoinMarketCap, all Koreans in Bitcoin Cash. Right, and that was a big thing that I really wanted to point out. So if you go to Bitcoin Cash and you go to markets, you can see that the pairing KRW, it's all Koreans. It's all Koreans. It's 46% Koreans. That's insane. You wouldn't call that centralized if, for example, Korea was a pool. You wouldn't call Bitcoin Cash centralized whatsoever. And so I'm not really for Bitcoin Cash. And Bitfinex at 10%, so that's a USD pairing, which is, remarkably, not very significant when Bitfinex is usually number 1 on almost everything on the top 2, like Ethereum and Bitcoin Cash in that regard. So let's check that out. So this is Bitcoin USD, but we're gonna go check out BCH, and versus the dollar. Okay, I know the dollar is confusing, the pairing is confusing, but we'll get to it. So, yep, so upward trending buy volume, Very good. Momentum still heavily green. MACD looks like it's slowing down a little bit, and so does the wave trend analyzer. So let's just actually take a look and see what exactly is happening. So we're going to compare it with Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin in the past has had a severe run-up, like an amazing run-up. And recently it's dipped in the last 2 days because of this terrible, I wouldn't even call it terrible, just because of the suspended hard fork, right? The suspended SegWit hard fork. So we'll see that exactly on 11.9, and actually even before 11.9, 11.8, when it actually took place, that the dip actually did occur. So we could see that there's this clear trend and clear divergence from Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin. So that is orange is Bitcoin Bitcoin to USD, and Bitcoin Cash to USD is just the regular charts. So it is very important to look at these charts, just because it is important to see what's actually happening. Is this run up sustainable? And for all intensive purposes, if you weren't to listen to me at all today, it's not sustainable. It's absolutely not sustainable, and I think we will see a correction, whether that be at 1400, which is one critical Fibonacci level, or whether it be around now, which is that $1,000 psychological, which is another critical level. But as of right now, I'm not telling you to sell your Bitcoin Cash. Make sure you set your stop losses, lock in those profits, but you definitely don't want to go. And sell any of your Bitcoin Cash right now, especially with this beautiful run up, until the markets really pan out. And I've been telling people that altcoins are still risky right now because the market really hasn't stabilized. When you see 20% gains across the board, the markets aren't stabilized. And we're going to actually go check out Coinigy, and we're going to check out exactly on Bitfinex what exactly is happening with Bitcoin Cash on the order books. So we have tremendous sell volume coming up, 65 BTC. But even more important than that, because we do want to look at the most voluminous exchange on in the market. So right now, to see what the most voluminous exchange is, we're going to go to CoinMarketCap, and we're going to look, and it's going to be the BitHum BCH Korean markets. Okay, so that'll give us the best idea. So this is BitHum, and we're going to look at the Korean won markets. So this is outstanding. This is, every 100. Remember, every 100 Bitcoin is around $600,000 to $700,000. Remarkable. Right now, massive buy wall that we're approaching. Very impressive. I mean, it's just outstanding. Like, I have actually probably never seen a wall that big. In recent memory, I have not seen a wall that big for Bitcoin Cash. And boom, somebody just dropped it down. As quick as that, that's exactly what happened. Right before your eyes, guys, a whale just pulled right back out of the market. If I'm not mistaken, maybe they bought up all that sell volume. Maybe this was the wall, actually. This could very well be the wall. I mean, we're going to have to rewind and take a look. But whale action happens like this all the time, where walls are being put up just to put the sell pressure higher and lower. Like, this is probably all fake volume. To tell you the truth, this is all probably fake volume. And it's important to keep a look at this. It's 242 BCH, and this is saying 176 BCH, which isn't at all that much, but I think it's better to look at actually Bitfinex's. So we'll go back to there. Again, on Bitfinex, the market's not looking too positive, too negative. Everything's kind of a little bit stable here in Bitfinex. When you look at BitHum, where there's just massive walls being put up, massive buy walls and sell walls being put up on a regular basis. Just whales manipulating the market completely. So if you think this is a full-fledged flippening, we're going to go back to this hash rate just in case you missed it. And what I wanted to say was this is not a full-fledged flippening. And we'll even include mining profitability here in the charts instead of that. And right now it's looking like Bitcoin is still more profitable to mine than Bitcoin Cash. Really no incentive to mine Bitcoin Cash right now. The hash rate isn't even there. Let's look at obviously the block sizes. Obviously, actually, wow. Okay, so remember Bitcoin Cash has variable block sizes, so that's also important to look at. The transactions that you could fit into Bitcoin Cash, which means really there's not that many people trading it. But it's very important to look at regardless. We see this amazing run up while Bitcoin Cash has been kind of suffering, and correction is very healthy for Bitcoin. I'm just going to tell you the truth. This is healthy for Bitcoin. I know you don't like to see corrections of this drastic proportion, 9-10%. But this will be stuff of the past when we get down into the future. When we hit that half a trillion market cap, where we're only sitting at 200 million right now. And I think total market cap, let's go to cryptosomniac.com. And let's take a look at a total market cap is 112 billion. That is nothing when you take a look at institutional investors. That means the richest person in the world, richest man in the world, could go in and completely manipulate this market. One man, or 2 people, or 3 people, or 4 people. You know, that's what I'm trying to get at, is that markets are easily manipulated right now. Very, very easy manipulated, especially when you look at Bitcoin Cash, where it's 15 billion, which is barely anything to people these days, especially institutional investors, especially these massive institutions. There's university endowments that are bigger than Bitcoin Cash. And if you want to trade university endowment, you would think, oh, that's crazy. Why would I trade in and out of a stock of a university, you know? But that's what I'm saying. This space is so small and there's so much room to grow. So I really wouldn't, bank on having Bitcoin Cash succeeding or banking on Bitcoin falling. It's important to look and see the markets play out. I don't really think you should be making any rash movements right now. The flippening, in my eyes, is not real right now. And don't go selling all your Bitcoin for Bitcoin Cash. I mean, I just don't think it's a wise move right now. If you have both, I have both. I have more Bitcoin Cash than Bitcoin right now. I'll tell you the truth. I bought it super low. I didn't think Bitcoin Cash was going anywhere. Am I bullish on it? Absolutely not. But there's a reason why Bitcoin Cash is succeeding in the wake of Segwit 2x failing. And this is the exact reason. BCH is a fad. Don't FOMO, guys. Manchester Rick says, okay. Trozik. Hey, Trozik. How you doing? Total market cap dropped by a few billions in the last few days. Some money out of cryptos. Right. And the total market cap can also be manipulated because if you, for example, for NEO, everyone expected the NEO market cap to drop because 15 million coins were added for NEO. Everyone expected. So it went from 50 million to 65 million coins. But those 15 million that were added to the market didn't hit the exchanges. They're kind of locked up with developers, with community insiders, kind of to promote the network. So those didn't really affect the price. It wasn't just because the price increased and the market cap increased, didn't really fluctuate the supply and demand. So it's really important to see how much volume is being traded compared to the market cap. So I think volume is a better indicator than the market cap. And I agree, even the volume has been decreasing the last couple of days. Actually, we almost hit I think this is the second when Segwit 2x crashed or failed or was suspended, not canceled, suspended. We saw a massive increase in volume, which was a good indicator that people are paying attention to the markets. And I think that volume and traded volume is a much better indicator of success for cryptocurrency than it is market cap. But we're gonna take a look at BTC, USD. Bitcoin is still king. There's no doubt about it, and we're gonna keep taking a look here. So we drew this support line. Excuse me. We drew this purple support line here. Purple line, upward trending line that we broke down from. That's what we thought was, that was the trend for a couple days, and it was, outstanding. From the 29th to the 6, we had that amazing bull run, amazing bull run to all-time highs, and then we broke down. Of course we broke down. It was not sustainable, and we drew this green line about a couple weeks ago, showing this is the really strong support. So it is hitting support now. Now if this was to hit support again, we would look at this parallel channel. Now this is the green line we drew going back since September 15th to China FUD, and the support that it has been gaining. So this is the support line, guys. This is evidence going back months of data showing that this is critical support that we are approaching. And we have hit the 66-day candle average, 66 candle average on the 4-hour interval. And let's go look at the daily for a better representation here. So we're not even close hitting it on the daily, but on the 4-hour, we just hit that, which is pretty critical. I would call it a pretty critical move here for Bitcoin's development, not Bitcoin Cash's development. Sorry, we're still in the negative momentum. MACD looks steep. It does not look like it's slowing down. We may dip below this. We may, but this support level is very critical, and I would really take a close look at this. Bitcoin wave trend looking really negative, almost some of the most negative we've ever seen here in recent history, going back the couple months here. So we will be dipping below that hopefully and having a really nice bounce back. But more importantly, let's look at the RSI. So we're at 36 on the 4-hour interval, which is remarkably low. Remarkably low. We haven't seen these levels since China FUD. So if you're thinking about, oh wow, this sell-off is huge, well, for comparison, this sell-off is not as big as China FUD. Let's not get anyone worried, but we haven't seen these levels since September 15th, where China banned the exchanges. So that's really what's going on here, guys, and we still have that red line indicator. I don't know why it keeps moving like that. So this was the proposed 15th, 16th was the proposed hard fork here for Bitcoin. We don't know if it's canceled yet. We know that the support is not there as much, but de facto community members, de facto miners could still force the SegWit 2x hard fork. Support or no support, they could still force it. And, I still have my money off the exchanges into my own private wallet, whether that be a paper wallet or we use a Nano Ledger S here. Super secure hard wallet. So really nothing to worry about on my end, but I would suggest getting your money off the exchanges just because, de facto community members, this is exactly what happened with Bitcoin Cash. Jihan Wu kind of went renegade and was like, hey, I'm going to fork Bitcoin, support me. And that's exactly what's happening. Okay, guys, we're going to move on to the altcoins. But just a rounding sentiment for the flippening. Don't go making any strong moves yet. Look at the support. We're hitting support right now, literally bouncing off like this beautiful trend line that we have not touched since. And this trend line, this is a critical support trend line, and we are continuously bouncing off that. I don't know why this is showing up. Very critical support here on the 4-hour interval here. So don't go selling, don't go buying. Just wait for the markets to play out if you want to be more conservative like we are here. I've set my stop losses for Bitcoin Cash for around 850, and I will continually update that throughout the day just to make sure I have locked in those profits, because I don't want those profits to go anywhere. I don't think I think Bitcoin Cash is this enthusiasm has kind of fluked as of late, and the Korean market is really pumping it. So would you call this a decentralized effort to the flippening? Absolutely not. Just because Korea does something, does that mean it's going to affect everyone? No. And if China can't bring that up or bring back Bitcoin Cash, I don't think Korea even has a glimpse of what could possibly happen. And and just looking at Bitcoin and the dollar indicator here on Coinbase, it's getting weaker and weaker, and it's very important. We're going to look at the 1-hour interval here, and we're continuously bouncing off that support. And I wouldn't go buying at the support just in case, but actually it does look pretty decent. Like that support is a pretty good indicator. I mean, we're just going to keep zooming out here, and I'm just gonna show you guys that this is pretty impressive here. All right, altcoins. Sorry guys, altcoins. I know that's where the money is made, right? Altcoins. So let's check that out. Let's look at this. Litecoin. Okay, we're gonna take a look at Litecoin first. And you know, I've always been bullish on Litecoin. I love Litecoin. I think Litecoin is Bitcoin baby, and I love Bitcoin. I used to be a Bitcoin maximalist, but this centralization effort of Bitcoin and Lightning Network in general, I haven't been a fan of. And you know, it's just my opinion that you know, I'm not a Bitcoin maximalist anymore. I used to be. It's just I had my efforts have been waning. So we said Q at 51.20. I don't know when we said that, but 51.20. Wow. So if you would have listened to this whenever I said it, I hope maybe I said it soon. I think it's about to hit 51.20. No, we're not even close to 51.20. So I don't know what this is about, but we're gonna delete that. We're at the 4-hour interval. This is still indicating this was the SegWit hard fork here, but we're gonna go ahead and delete that because that no longer exists. And we're gonna delete this downward descending triangle line, and we're gonna delete that, and we're gonna delete whatever the hell this is, and we are going to draw an extended ray here, just showing what support levels we are looking at right now. So this is our support. Let's zoom in for a closer look here. All right, there it is. This is the support that we're looking at here. Is upward trending support. We're at $59 right now, and actually we're ooh, this looks kind of like a little bit of a double top here, but not too big of a price increase to really call it a double top. Let's look at the daily and try to figure out really what's happening. I'm not too opposed of this upward supporting trend line actually. And wow, like I think this is a really good time to buy. I think let's take a look at, let's go back to the 4-hour to get a little bit of zoomed in time here. I think as it approaches that under $55 level, or if you could get it under 56 or 55, I think this is a very good buy right now. I mean, Bitcoin's supremacy for now is over. SegWit 2x, there's no more free money coming in, and we have hit a sell signal here. But I think you guys should really take a look, or really keep focused on this MACD and see if it does slow down. I mean, as soon as it starts slowing down, I think it'll be an amazing buy opportunity here for Litecoin. Yeah, I mean, it's remarkable. I'm actually going to off screen write a note here to keep tabs on Litecoin, because in all sincerity, I mean, I may buy it myself, and you know, I don't really try to you know, boast anything, but Litecoin looks very good right now, and I would not be selling it anytime soon. I've been a long-term Litecoin holder. I've been, you know, I think it's a relatively safer swing trade than your Neos, your Qtums, your OMG, where it's a little bit more stable. I mean, nothing's stable right now, right? Like, let's go take a look at CryptoSarmec.com. Take a look at CryptoSarmec.com, guys. Let me know what you think. We're still in beta mode. So we're at 13 billion. Wow, we're at 13 billion 24-hour volume. That's very impressive. I think that may be one of the highest volumes I've ever seen, but if not the highest. I mean, let's go take a look here. Okay, I think we want to zoom in here, and this is our real volume here. Yeah, this is the highest that the volume's ever been. Congrats, everybody. This is one of the highest traded days of cryptocurrency history. This is amazing. It's very, very impressive, and God, I love when good news like this happens, because, you know, SegWit 2x, I was kind of disappointed about that, because, you know, who didn't want those? I mean, when the futures were trading at 1400, and so Bitcoin futures are a little bit, Bitcoin 2x futures were a little bit different. You know, that's a future contract to buy Bitcoin. They were trading at 1400, 1500 at one point. until the terrible news, or not terrible, but the bad news that happened with SegWit2x. And, you know, I was really looking forward to all that free money, you know, because I really stocked up on Bitcoin. I really knew what I was doing and really planned for it. And boom, this happened, you know. And so, you know, and you have to take contingencies like this. And, you know, I sold a lot of my Bitcoin off at 7,400 and switched it and started laddering into alts, which actually hasn't really panned out yet because, you know, the alts are still suffering too. Really, everything's really, Bitcoin Cash has really sucked up all the momentum going back into the alts here. And we're going to take a look down the line. So strong coins, 5% down on Ethereum, 4% down on Ripple, 6 to 7% down on Litecoin, depending on the market, 8% down on Neo, OMG down 10%. Wow. Qtum down 2%. Qtum performing really well, outstandingly actually, in my opinion. ARK down. Wow, another 7%. Now Komodo, everybody has been talking about Komodo, and you know I love delayed proof of work algorithm. That is what Komodo is using. It's using Bitcoin as almost a security layer. Bitcoin's blockchain is a security layer in order to get into theirs, in order to kind of. You know, it's just a security layer for their blockchain. So if you were to do a 51% attack on the Komodo network, you would have to also get through Bitcoin because it is almost like a stamp right onto their own blockchain. Why is it down so far? Well, Monet's it has been delayed and you know, very severe delays. I don't want to speculate too much, but you know, it doesn't look too good for Komodo when their first DICO, which is a decentralized ICO, is delayed. You know, and anytime we see massive delays, like for OMG, we saw for OMG, you know, down, you know, it was approaching $10 until the roadmap came out and said it was delayed. So so you know, it's important to keep a look at that and keep on top of the news. Looking at the charts is great, but you need to have a good fundamental source. You need to know what is the upcoming technology. You need to know the news. You need to know upcoming recent events, whether that be Twitter, Reddit, Facebook, any sort of PR. You need to look at blockchain conferences. You need to look at especially the consensus. Consensus is coming up in San Francisco. I think it's November. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's November. Pretty big conference. You know, you want to keep a look at all these different aspects in order to make sound investment decisions. I think an uneducated investor is a bad investor, and staying educated is the best way you can really stay on top of this market. Whether it may not work out for all of your coins because you know manipulation is going to happen. That's out of your control. But you should really stay educated on the coins you're invested in. You know, to become a good investor. That's just a fact of it. So we're gonna actually take a look at. Let's keep going through your comments here, guys. Okay, BTC and Ethereum shortly. Can we talk about mod? So mod is a little bit new. Can we talk about Raiden Network? Raiden Network. I think that Raiden ICO. What a scam! I mean, come on. Do you really need to raise funds for the Raiden ICO? I mean, doesn't make any sense to me. But we're going to keep looking. So we had a lot of comments about Neo. So we're going to take a look at Neo and Vertcoin. Definitely we're going to take a look at Vertcoin. Don't worry, guys. I have not forgot about the flippening, which is happening early December. Sorry, not flippening, halving on early December. So the block rewards are going to be decreasing for Vertcoin. So right now, if you solve a block, you get 50 Vertcoin, which is $160, $200, you know, whatever the Vertcoin's price is times 50, right? And now what they're doing with the halving, they're constricting inflation. So it's literally a deflationary currency. So they're constricting that and they're halving it. So it's 25 coins per block solved. So that is what a block reward is. And right now for Bitcoin, it's 12.5, and in 2020 we will be approaching 6.25 in 2020. Now that's another very critical date for Bitcoin. And if you actually look, I actually read this article. If you actually look at the historical precedent set for Bitcoin, and the historical precedent set for Bitcoin and its markets, you could actually see that 2020 is a very pivotal year for the traditional market and for the Bitcoin market. So we're going to also take a look at NEO, guys. Sorry about that. Just a little spiel going on. NEO BTC. Okay. All right, red line indicates support. This is why I draw comments, because, like, you know, you can't keep a track on everything. So this is why I use comments. We're gonna delete that red line that actually has crossed the support line. So pretty beautiful here. That red line is the indicator saying this is the hard fork time for Bitcoin, and the red line indicates support, and the green line is the downward trend that we have broken out of exactly at the 66 candle average for the 4-hour interval. Isn't that beautiful, guys? Just everything is just coming together so well. Like, just everything just looking beautiful, just crossing here perfectly at the fork, and then immediately not with the 66 candle average here. It's just amazing how well things work out when you do chart and you do listen to the markets. So we were expecting that white line to kind of come down here and cross up there, but that was before the SegWit 2X fork. So it actually kind of jumped up, and we saw that jump up looking at this green candle, but we weren't expecting that green candle, right? This massive green bullish engulfing candle. Now, what is a bullish engulfing candle? It means it engulfs the other 3 days. So if we zoom in here, and we're going to hide the... So this is a bullish engulfing candle. That means it literally engulfs the last 3 candles, or 3 to 4 candles, in order to... that's what it's a bullish engulfing candle. It engulfs, or is bigger than the last 3 days of trading action, and that's a bullish engulfing. There's bearish engulfings too that you know, you will see throughout time to time, and we'll go over that if we do see one, or if we do see one coming up. Okay, so right now for NEO, we're going to take, it's a wave trend was stabilizing here, and we were expecting this to go down, and boom, SegWit 2X hard fork, altcoins get a pump. It is downward trending right now. I still think we're going to, I don't think that was sustainable, that little pump there. So I still think we're going to go down a little bit, but even this is waning a little bit. I mean, NEO's not a bad investment at all in the upcoming days or weeks coming forward. I mean, so when I look at this, I would look at especially the order book here. So we're gonna go onto Coinigy, and we're gonna go to Bittrex, and we're gonna go and look at the NEO BTC order book. So we're looking at these huge sell walls here, 21 Bitcoin and 17 Bitcoin here at the 0.004299. So we're gonna look at that. Whoops, sorry about that. 0.004299. Okay, so very close to where we're here. So we may be hitting support relatively soon. But honestly, what I would say is this upward trending support right here, that was resistance, and now resistance generally. Now, this is a very general term. I don't want everyone to use this. You know, I would not suggest trading off this unless, like, you are very experienced, but and you're looking at the markets very relatively. But resistance, when you're breaking through the resistance and you have a couple days on top of the resistance, the previous resistance line, generally reverses to support. Now, this is a very, very broad term. I don't want everyone to use this, and, you know, I'm not a financial advisor, but this is more often than not the case that I have seen. We're hitting negative momentum, so I definitely think we will be hitting off this line sometime soon. So that line is, you know, 0.0039 for all intents and purposes. That's the line, 0.0039. Now, do not, you know, put all your eggs in one basket. Like, hey, Snay at Crypto Somniac said, hey, you know, you should buy at this level. NEO is still stabilizing. By all means, it's still stabilizing. But, you know, at the end of the day, I think this little indicator here is very, very good, and previous resistance turns into support. That is a decent bet that you can make, but you would really have to go into the depth of the coin. If you've been looking at NEO like I have, I look at NEO like 3 or 4 times a week here. and we're gonna actually go into Vertcoin because our time is precious here, and I don't want to take up too much of your time. So we're gonna fly through these here. So Neil, I just created a level here for you guys, a little bit of a queue there, just to kind of try to buy close to. This is a support line here. We have indicated support several times here on the Vertcoin, going back since mid-October. So descending triangle definitely did not happen. Bitcoin hard fork is not going to happen. And we were expecting it to, travel down a little bit. Small little correction here, but actually the MACD looks like it's slowing down. Momentum. So when you see the waning momentum, this is a very critical time for Vertcoin. Sell coin on the wave trend still going down. I would really take a really closer look at this, guys. Yeah, I mean, this is Vertcoin is very, very confusing because the halving is coming up, and it's almost competing with Bitcoin Gold here, and we haven't seen Bitcoin Gold hit Bittrex yet, but I see major fluctuations in price coming in for Vertcoin once Bitcoin Gold is released. So that's kind of the small support we're dealing with here. Since early November, not too strong of an indicator here, guys, but this is a support that we are seeing right now, and we're going to look into the hourly and even more in-depth action here. So yeah, we are seeing a little bit of a bounce off on this upward supporting line here, and the red line is waning, so we may be seeing a little bit of a reversal here on the hourly. Yeah, I mean, that's even the MACD is about to cross, just crossed the wave trend. So we may be seeing a little bit more of a nice little bounce once Bitcoin Cash kind of stabilizes. Bitcoin Cash's growth is not sustainable unless the flippening is real, unless the hash power, unless more people other than Koreans are actually supporting Bitcoin Cash. We won't see too much happening with Bitcoin Cash. So I think as Bitcoin Cash stabilizes, more money will pump right back into Vertcoin, especially with the halving coming right back up. So we're gonna zoom out. I mean, we're hitting really high levels here, and we're at the dollar indicator because Bitcoin is not a stable currency right now, and we're not going to be trading off of Bitcoin right now. So that is the this is the upward supporting line, and Vertcoin may not be a bad investment right now if you do believe in the project. I mean, we're gonna take a look at so it's probably VTC, BTC. Let's look at that. Is that from Bittrex? So one of the good ways that I like to look at order books first is I like to Control F Vertcoin. Okay, whoops, I'm still in the markets here. So this is exactly what I do, guys. Like if you want to take a look at exactly what I do, this is exactly what I do. I go into Vertcoin and I click Vertcoin, okay, and I look into markets, and I see Bittrex is the 79% of the volume. That is going to be way bigger order books than everything else. So, and that's the pairing BTC, and that's exactly where we came into. Bittrex, BTC, and we are in the order books for that. So we're seeing relatively even support and sell structure here. So this is a good indicator that this is a very stable currency coming up in the future, right? Or as of right now, right? And we're looking at the MACD on the 4-hour. That is BCH. Don't look at that. And this is the hourly. So on the short term, severe short term, we may be seeing a nice little pump here. But in the daily, let's look at the daily long-term value. We are still down here. I'd fully expect that to recover a little bit, but even the sell signal not looking too good on the daily, on the severe long term. But in the medium term, which is the 4-hour, we are seeing the MACD slow down, so it may not be a bad time to quickly swing trade Vertcoin. If you were to buy right now, it would not be a terrible time, because remember, I'm going to draw this out one more time. So let's just look at this, and so this is the red. We're coming down, and then we're gonna be obviously correcting green. What the hell? Okay, we wanted that red. We wanted to keep that red here. All right, sorry about that. All right, and then we wanted a new line going on. Okay, that is not what I wanted. Okay, and we wanted a new line in red here. Okay, this is supposed to be green. What is going on? Okay, I think I know what's going on. I think it's thinking it's the same object. This is supposed to be green, This is red. And we are going to draw one more line if it helps, if it makes it work. All right, and we're going to get that nice little white line on the bottom. Okay. So when you see the MACD do this, okay, guys, I'm being completely serious. This is one of the best trading strategies that you can use. MACD is one of the best indicators that you can use. You know, crossing is a confirmation, but real buy levels, real buy signals, this is what you really want to look at. The red is when it's still indicating down, so I fully expect it to correct a little bit here, and then once it hits that pressable, like it could be very sharp, just like this. Once it hits that bottom and that slope from negative to positive slope, that negative slope to positive slope, that is your buy. That is your buy area. That white is your buy area, and it could be very, very quick. I mean, just if you just take a look at this, I mean, whoa. Whoops, don't look at that white line. If you take a look at this, I mean, this happened, you know, very quickly. Like within like an hour or two, you could see that it shot up on this 4-hour indicator, and that was your buy signal. And if we take a look back and we look at the bottommost pressable of Vertcoin, we could see that was the most bottom point. That was the best buying opportunity here for that area. So if you guys take a look at this and you see a little bit of a trend reversal here on the MACD, on the blue line especially, that the blue line is the fast, you can be making significant profits here, and that's especially what you want to look at. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, you know, but guys, this is just statistics. I'm not really doing anything outstanding here, but this is just statistical evidence. This is what the MACD can provide you. And you know, we are going to be approaching these levels relatively soon, you know, sooner than you think. I think within the next 8 hours we'll see that that white that buy area, that white area really come into play here, considering we are still in a downward trend for all intents and purposes for Vertcoin. I mean, we'll look at even deeper into depth here. And yeah, wow, okay, even on the 2-hour, it's looking like a really nice buy opportunity for Vertcoin, and you know, it might not be bad to invest into Vertcoin right now. So it looks like markets may be bouncing back, stabilizing a little bit, and I'm gonna top it off, guys, with BCH USD here. This is Bitcoin Cash's chart here. And we're going to take a look at exactly what's going on in the severe short term, so the hourly here. So we're not seeing any significant loss in pressure here in buy-sell pressure. I mean, we have been seeing increasing sell volume coming in here, but you know, I think it's just smart to keep looking at Bitcoin Cash and set your stop losses. Don't sell too early. I mean, this thing could go to 1,400 easily. You know, like what we've been looking at Bitcoin, and don't go selling your Bitcoin. I mean, you should take profits on your Bitcoin if it goes too low, and you should be keeping an eye on Bitcoin Cash. And I'm going to leave you guys on that, unless you guys do want me to look at another one. OMG. Okay, actually, let's look at OMG, because, you know, I'm a little biased towards OMG, so I'm just going to look into OMG for you. And that'll be the final coin of the day, guys. Okay, OMG BTC. Actually, I almost double-crossed you guys. I'm going to look here, and this is exactly the method that I use to look at what exactly levels or what exchanges are being traded here. So Bitfinex, OMG USD is the highest one. So we're going to go here, and we're going to look at OMG USD at Bitfinex. So we're going to look at the USD charts here, and we're seeing significant sell volume here at the 716. 24,000 OMG, which is a lot, guys. And so this slowly waning pressure here. And we will be looking at OMG USD. OMG USD Bitfinex, please. There it is, OMG USD Bitfinex. Okay, so we are looking at these, and we're going to zoom out to the 4-hour to give us a little bit of a better picture. MACD still down. Looks like buy pressure or buy momentum is slowly decreasing. We're gonna zoom in a little bit at the 2-hour here, and we see that it is full-fledged right now, negative pressure here, but it's looking like on the severe short term, it's looking like the MACD. Oh, what's going on? Why am I back in Vertcoin? Okay. Oh, just little glitches that happen every day. OMG BTC on OMG USD rather on the Bitfinex. That is the highest, most traded volume. So we are going to be looking severely at that. 2-hour intervals, and we are about to hit a buy signal on this wave trend. So we are finally going to be hitting a buy signal on this wave trend, most likely. I mean, just keep an eye out on that. I mean, let's zoom in even further. I mean, to get to really good buy levels here. So on the hourly, we've already hit it. On the hourly, we've already hit it, and it looks like we're already, just looking to bounce right back up. And on the MACD, on the hourly, this is your most bottom, and we're going to scroll over that, and there it is. There's your most bottom mark right here, and this was a really good buy signal at that time. And we're going to see if this still holds true here. And it's still it still holds true in the severe short term, in the 2-hour and the 1 hour. And we're going to look at the 4-hour. 4-hour still indicates we're still headed down a little bit, but I think it's safe to say that these levels right here, coming closer to here, once we do hit that 66 candle average, I think we will be bouncing right back up here, guys. So OMG, Vertcoin, Neo looking to come back strong. I definitely would keep a very strong eye on that. I mean, BCH does not. The BCH is still looking strong too, but it doesn't look like. We're going to take a look at the last thing we're going to take a look at is we're going to look at BitHum's BCH Korean won indicator, and we're looking at the sell pressure increasing and increasing. I mean, that's 1,200. That's 1,200 BCH. That's over $1 million of price action right there. And we're seeing buy pressure come back in, and we're just looking at this battle of literally whales here coming in. Most likely it's whales because I've never seen the Korean market react this strongly to a single coin. So most likely it is whales, and the market being manipulated a little bit. But make sure you guys set your stop losses, and check out cryptosomniac.com. Please like this video if you do like it. What it does is it helps other people in the community know that this video is worth watching. Please subscribe to the channel. It would really help us if you supported it. By subscribing here, and check out cryptosomniac.com for that newsletter. We have a report coming out at least once every week or once every other week. Receive our top 3 picks of the month. There's one in there, starts with a V, and it's not Vertcoin, that I think is going to be a massive, massive bull run. That's relatively unnoticed right now. So do go ahead and subscribe to that mailing list on cryptosomniac.com. We are still in betas. We're still improving. Please let us know if you have any feedback, or just jump on the troll box just by clicking this and jumping on the troll box. And we're still in beta. So we're launching our portfolio tracker and ICO listings within the month. So keep an eye out for that, guys. And of course, we have forums and going on. And stay a Cryptosomniac, guys, because the rich never sleep. Whoops.